So welcome back to Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews.
Hi, my name is Wolfie.
What's a pop up in YouTube? Rival gaming here!
But yeah, this one's located right here on the map. Go ahead and zoom out a little. Up here in the middle of freaking nowhere. Be wary though, sometimes you will come across a bear around here. It didn't spawn for me, but yeah, just a heads up, you can sometimes find a bear.
Okay, so they have a greenhouse. This does not strike me as a particularly technically oriented builder. I'm not saying that they're dumb, but I'm just saying that they're not building the same way that you or I would build if you were actually an active builder in the building community.
I love circle camps, I really do. And when they do intricate things with it, even better. I know how to make one, I don't know how to combine them. This is the big one, the smaller one, then the even smaller one. I love it. The walls, it kind of comes out and then goes back in and comes in. How? I don't understand it, but I love it.
Whoa, Nelly. This guy went overboard. So maybe you could build a cool entrance or something. What is that up there?
It's, when you look at one spot and you throw up in that spot and you leave, that's pretty much what it was.
If you look there, you can see one of the problems with this is it looks like his foundations are out of whack.
Who created this? Sheesh, this is one dark spot. I mean, I just thought it was unique and something creepy, but now that I'm actually examining this place more, whoa, Nelly.
When I saw it, plants right away, I love this camp. The lighting. And it's a tiny camp inside. It looks big from outside, but once you start looking around, it's tiny. And it's so stinking cute.
And by the way, you can destroy this tree too, or you can keep it a part of your camp.
Building something like this is cool, I guess, but it is not something that makes a lot of sense mentally for me looking at it as to why you would build something like this.
Anyways, moving on, we're going to continue going up higher, so let's move up there now.
And it doesn't really feel like a greenhouse other than the fact they use the greenhouse tiles. They didn't really use the greenhouse, it doesn't have any plants in it. It doesn't feel welcoming, warm, or inviting in any way, shape, or form.
Look at this. This is probably one of the most brutal locations in the game now. This is freaking crazy. What's going on here?
And then they have stairs going up, but there's a whole big hole in the ceiling that they just left. I don't know. You do know it rains, right? I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
Not a bad little setup. Not a good setup. If you actually lived in a place like this, that would stink to high hell, by the way.
This is a seriously dark location, guys. That's freaking dark, right? Well, it gets even more dark. How can it get even darker, right? Well, seriously, what's going on here? Okay, if we go over here and investigate what's on this tree, look at this, guys. Yeah, I know, right? Who came up with this?
I do have a question. For the plants, I've seen this a couple of times now. Why not put them, on the ground right next to your camp or in a greenhouse? Greenhouses, I understand, but making a whole platform for just vegetables, and I don't understand that. But, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me.
I mean, even with a few plants that it does have, which are minor at best and stuck around here, it's I don't know, it's just not that good. It really isn't.
Plants on the roof. Why? There's the ground right next to your camp. Why does it have to be on the roof? It makes sense in certain camps, but not this one. Not the one that's playing. Just no.
Got a nice view up here. And then you can just do a cannonball. How cool would that be? Except for the part where you might break your legs. Dude, that would be so cool to jump off of. I've done it a few times in real life, and it was a blast. Don't recommend doing that because you could land on something and really hurt yourself.
There are ways to do what they just did and make it look a lot better.
They could be better. Like, they have potential to be better. Only if somebody took more time and a little more planning. It could have. But sadly, that's not what happened. So this is what we got.
On a scale of 1 to 10 is how I rate camps. If I was going to rate this camp on my scale from 1 to 10, it could probably go somewhere around a 3.
If you know something that's even crazier than this that's been added in Fallout 76 or other Fallouts, let me know. But this definitely takes the cake of one of the darkest locations to ever be made, in my opinion. This is definitely up there within the top 10, I'd have to say for sure. What the heck? This is dark.
The camp itself is kind of like a tiny camp. I know it's not a tiny camp because it's a little bit bigger, but it has that same vibe. The outside, adorable. Like, the plants sell me by themselves. You already know that. The back, pretty nice. But then you go inside and start looking around. Like, paying attention to little things like merges and combinations of like decorations where it looks like something else.
Doesn't look like the person that built this knows how to do merges at all. And in all honesty, I've seen worse looking camps than this. Hell, I've shown you worse looking camps than this. It's just, I don't understand the mindset that lets people build things this way. It's like, you don't live in a house like that. You wouldn't live in a house like that. If somebody tried to make you live in one, you'd ask what the hell they were on.
What the heck, guys? This is actually a thing. It's freaking gruesome.
Inside, it's a lot more empty, but I understand because most of the budget went into the roofs. I know that.
There's really no kind of safety rails anywhere in this place.
Up here is a freaking awesome spot.
But my goodness, no one deserves this kind of torture. What the heck? What the heck?
It's also not really that great a build. It's decent, but it's not great. Doesn't really feel like it's completely decorated. The lower level is decorated. The mid-level is sort of decorated, and the top level, well, it really doesn't have shit.
From the outside, look pretty good. Like, it's a natural, normal kind of a camp. And then you get tricked because you go inside, and it might be like, again, like throw up camp. I just don't, why? Like, why?
But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad little build.